nation! No donation, no salvation!
And remember, respect is everything.
And we're back. And today we are looking at the Studio Series concept art Megatron. So here's Megatron in his jet mode. I have no clue if I did this correctly. All I know is it kind of sucks. This doesn't really hold into anything. It just kind of exists. I probably don't have that set up correctly. I mean, it's cool, but it just doesn't look like there was much thought put into this. Like, I don't mind a triple changing Megatron. That's fine. There's just really no thought into this, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I could have it wrong, but one nice thing about this figure, it's very easy to make your own fan modes. So that is one nice thing I will give it. Yeah, really not much else to say about the jet mode, so we'll just head straight for the tank mode. Alright, so to get into the tank mode, what you want to do is fold those out like this. Apologies if I botched this, because I'll be honest, the tank mode is not the greatest thing in the world either. But I'm going to do my best to do all the modes justice, because that's just the kind of reviewer that I am. I have to show off everything, because if I don't feel like I'm doing everything justice. At least to a degree, of course. So go ahead and unplug that. I'm going to leave the fusion cannon attached, because I know you can transform it with the cannon on without having to remove it, so we're just going to go with that. And this will get into my biggest criticism with the figure that I have when we get to the tank mode. Because I feel, I'm just going to get out of the way now, I feel there was too much focus on the triple changing aspect without much actual thought put into it, if you know what I mean. And this is my biggest criticism with this figure, because they went out of their way to engineer all this triple changing technology into the figure, but none of it really pays off into anything. Which is one of the reasons I'm not a fan of movieverse style Cybertronian modes, because they just kind of don't work half the time, because then they could just literally be anything at this point. But we'll make it work. Alright, so what you want to do here is rotate this up. And then there will be a small tab right here. That one right there. You want to rotate that upward. Rotate this inward. And clip that together. Go ahead and rotate this out and clip those together like that. If I can get this tab in here. There we go. So there's the turret done. Then for the actual tank tracks, what you want to do, fold all this up. Then you want to rotate this down. You want to, apologies if I'm struggling here, it's just this, the vehicle modes for this figure are not great in the least, to put it lightly. And you want to fold this in like that. God, it is really hot in here. Anyway, plug that in like this. Then you want to do the exact same for the other side. My goodness. So unplug that. Untab this. Ah, God, it's sharp. So that's one thing I don't like about this figure. And then you want to fold that in like this. And fold this knee guard in. Fold that up. And then there will be a little tab in there somewhere. You just got to feel for it. And that should plug right in. And it should just go right in. There we go. Then you want to, if I can get it to come out. Oh, alright, okay. And then you want to fold this out like that. Rotate it out. and there should be a tab. Oh wait, I have it backwards, my bad. Go ahead and fold that in, and then there should be a tab here, right there. It's that hole there that will slide into the what's it called? The peg. Alright, and then you want to line that up, and my AC unit's going off. Oh my god, this thing is such a mess to handle, and I don't blame people for not even trying to really bother with any of these vehicle modes and just worrying about the fan modes, because if I'm being honest, this figure is not fun to handle, at least when you're going into vehicle mode. But anyway, fold that forward, and then that should clip in right about here. Oop. And then you want to, actually let's go ahead and rotate that head back. Rotate that back. And it, oop, had the shoulder guards, or not the shin guards in the way. Or not shin guards, they're hip guards. My bad. And then that should plug right in there. But it's not cooperating for me for some reason. Okay, after much muscle and force, I was able to get those two tabs together. But here's the tank mode. I don't know if I have this set up correctly. I don't think I do. But if I'm being honest, this tank mode kind of sucks. If there's anything I would have changed, I would have definitely had this front part go in more, be more like an H tank. But you know, there's really only so much I can comment on this vehicle mode. It just feels thrown together. Like, the bottom half is fine. This top half, however, just feels lazy. I may have it wrong, but like I said, this when it comes to the vehicle forms, that's the figure's weakest point. Now, when it comes to the fan modes, now that's a whole different story, but we're not really here to cover that. Although I do know that there is a fan gun mode, so that'll probably be my definitive Megatron all form if I do ever transform this again, which I probably never will. But there's the tank mode. It sucks, if I'm being honest. I mean, it looks okay from a distance, but oh my god, and then the inside just looks so open. It's like, come on, guys. Maybe if I finagle. You see, if it was like this, that would maybe look a little better. But then the barrel just looks stupidly huge, and then it's just like, I don't know. I don't like it. Whatever, let's get to the robot mode, because it's really the only saving grace this figure has. Okay, to get to the robot mode, go ahead and unclip the legs from the sides of the tank mode. You want to pull this upward. Then what you want to do, get these hip skirts out of the way. Fold those up. We're going to fold them back just for the sake of simplicity. You can fold these forward to get a little more clearance. Then what you want to do is fold in the legs like this. And then they will collapse into the torso. Oops. I have it backwards, I think. There we go. Oh, wait, what the... Huh, interesting, okay. Oh, there's the problem. Okay. That's probably why I wasn't tabbing in earlier in tank mode. Anyway, then what you want to do is untab the feet. Then what you want to do is pull this forward. Stretch out the legs. Then fold the feet forward. Actually, first you want to unclip this wing, then fold the feet forward. Then fold that back in. Stow away these tank treads. And then fold this over to just kind of clean things up. And there's one leg done. Now I just got to do the entire thing all over again on this side. So we're going to just go ahead and untab that now so it's out of the way. Fold this forward. Fold the feet out. Collapse the tank treads into the shin here. Close this up. Etc. etc. And then just go ahead and close that in. If it'll cooperate with me. Something I never liked about this particular piece of engineering. There we go. Fold that in. Pull the legs up like this. Clip them in. Then you can fold those back in, get the hip guards, fold those in. The silver paint on this, by the way, is very beautiful. It's very well painted. I'll give them that. They did do well in the paint. I just wish more budget was spent towards engineering. Go ahead and rotate his head out. Then you want to collapse all this in. Actually, it should be on a little rotational. Yeah, there it is. Go ahead and actually go ahead and split the arms while we're at it. Go ahead and rotate that back out, actually, now that I think about it. Okay. Then you want to collapse all this inward so that these tabs go into these slots here. Okay, we found the source of the problem. These tabs here were not folded in. So collapse these in with the cockpit, and then you'll have the actual tab holes in here. Then you can plug in the shoulders. And there is Megatron in robot mode. So yes, the robot mode is quite impressive. It's very well painted, very detailed, and amazingly, he has an individual articulated finger on both hands, so he can do a nice little pointing finger, like he's commanding his troops. So he can do that. That is a thing that he can do. Detail-wise and just sculpting-wise, this figure is brilliant. It's amazing. The problem is, it's hard for me to justify the price of this figure, knowing that it's intended to be a triple changer, but the other two modes just don't deliver in any real regard, at least for me. The nice thing about this figure, though, is that he's really good for fan modes. If you can just fold, just because of how much you can fold him up and, you know, just overall just manipulate the general structure of the figure itself. Because there's a lot of different sections and mobility points on this figure that are just really fun to manipulate with. So if you do buy this figure, know that you're paying mostly for the nice paint and the premium level sculpting and detail. But if you feel you can get better elsewhere, then by all means go for it. But in my honest opinion, he does everything I need him to out of a Megatron. He's threatening, he's imposing, he looks amazing, and he looks really good next to Shockwave and I don't have my Soundwave with me, but he would look really good with Soundwave and Shockwave and even Starscream next to him. So he looks really good. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry that transformation was such a disaster. But until next time, you all have a good one.
Hallelujah! Another soul saved!